So let's get the big important news out the way first, or at least what is seemingly big important news if I was going to refer to my Twitter feed yesterday. Yes, like an idiot, I presented Raw Ups and Downs on Tuesday this week, and I had a bit of toothpaste on my chin. Am I embarrassed? Absolutely. Am I an idiot? Absolutely, but I didn't need toothpaste on my chin to know that. So good, that's done, it's out the way, let's get to the important stuff. This is What Culture. My name is Simon Miller, and you are about to watch Smackdown Ups and Downs. And you know what we do on Smackdown Ups and Downs? We give the good bits an up, and we give the bad bits a down. Hopefully there's nothing on my face. If there is, again, I'm a moron. Less ups and downs. Smackdown did indeed take a big swerve this week, and I didn't see it coming like a punch from a cat. Would never expect that. But yes, John Cena arrived and he interjected himself into the main event. That's getting it up. It all, of course, tied into his big mission to get to WrestleMania. So he came out to the ring, he put a microphone into his mouth, and he said, hey, put me in that main event at Fastlane, then hopefully that can be my new journey, and I can take on Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania 34. Then Shane McMahon came out, he was all pleased to see John Cena. He was like, John, of course we're gonna put you in that match. We'll do whatever you want. Here, have some money from my wallet. Have my only child. Even though he has 3, some of that wasn't true. But then Daniel Bryan arrived and said, look, Cena, it is a great idea, but you've got to earn your spot, and to earn that spot, you've got to take on AJ Styles in tonight's main event, and if you win, you'll go on to Fastlane, but if you don't, sorry pal, back to square one. This made Cena gulp like he was Vince McMahon in the late 90s, but hey, what a great main event for just a random episode of SmackDown. So all of this, as I've said, is an up. But we'll get to the match later, because maybe that's not going to get it up. We then went on another of these wrestling roller coasters, even though it was just meant to be Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn. I think I enjoyed it. Maybe. Getting it up. The basic idea was, as well as the bout that we were watching, we had Kevin Owens on commentary, and we kept cutting backstage to see Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon bickering. Of course, they were bickering like, oh, Daniel, I see you allowed Kevin Owens to be at ringside. You shouldn't have done that. And Daniel Bryan was like, of course he can be at ringside. It's really funny on commentary. And it was just that usual tennis match they do. And then from nowhere, Dolph Ziggler turned up and he did boot Kevin Owens in the head. Because Sami Zayn's an idiot, he let this distract him, and he turned around, end of days by Baron Corbin. 1, 2, 3, and then he was made to look like an even bigger geek when Ziggler got in the ring and gave Sami Zayn the zigzag. This tickled Shane, and he then accused Daniel Bryan of his boys getting what was coming to them. This annoyed Bryan so much, he said, all right, Shane, you're going to be like that, pal? I'm going to take my ball, and I'm going to go home. And he did. He left. Left Shane McMahon in charge, Daniel Bryan, out of there. And then Zayn came back moaning, and Shane didn't care. He was just eating a big bag of popcorn. I mean, all of this did tie into the storyline. We've got new directions, but it was a bit weird. And then it was Riott versus Naomi, and all the good guys and bad guys were in their respective corners, and eventually Riott won with the Riott kick. And that was it. That was all that happened. There is nothing else to report here. It was just a match with all the women hanging around, and once again, the SmackDown Women's title feels absolutely pointless at this stage. Oh yeah, so that's a down. And then it's another down, as we had a backstage segment with Breezango, and they were hanging out with the actor Josh Duhamel, or however you pronounce his name, and he was basically there to promote a new show that he's got coming up. And again, all of this made me go, what am I watching? Why am I watching this? There was one good bit, because I know Duhamel's show's about conspiracy theories or something, I don't know, but he's going to have an episode on Big E Smalls, and Big E from the New Day arrived, and he thought it was about him, because Big E Smalls, Big E. That was quite funny. But all of this was a down, and just made me think, why the hell didn't WWE do something with Breezango a few months ago when they were rocking and rolling? Nobody knows the answer. The whole of SmackDown's tag team division did get good after this though, as the Usos and the New Day went at it, and that's getting it up. While it did start with the usual New Day silliness, as soon as the Usos arrived on the scene, things got serious, and I liked it, picked up. It got real, including Big E saying to them, well, we didn't get where we are because of our daddies. Pah! Shots fired. Regret doing that mistake. Really, this was so good because they spoke to each other like they actually had real beef and like they actually hated each other. So, you know, pro wrestling, putting the wool over eyes and making me go, oh, maybe they don't like each other at all. Good, have a fight, somebody win. The Bludgeon Brothers then turned up to scare both of them off, and while I don't think we needed that in this particular segment, if we're building to a triple threat match between all of those teams, I am all right with it because I love the Bludgeon Brothers too. This was an up. It may have been one of the best things on the whole evening. And it's a huge up now because finally Aiden English and Rusev were back on SmackDown, and can you believe it? It was Rusev Day, getting it up. Nothing really much happened here aside from Aiden English and Rusev saying to Shane, well, thanks for finally putting us back on SmackDown after 2 weeks, which is true. Unfortunately, English shouldn't have done that because then he got put in a match with Shinsuke Nakamura, and Rusev kind of laughed it off. Then we had an awful promo selfie by Dolph Ziggler as words just attacked the screen, and I felt like my senses were being beaten up. Down. I mean, that's not Dolph's fault, and all this was fine, but still. And finally, all the US title stuff started to make sense. That's getting an up to. Bobby Roode still cut a stupid interview where he said that maybe, just maybe, Orton is mad at him because of the SmackDown list. 1, no he isn't. 2, that SmackDown list is already surplus to requirements and nobody cares. Of course, that made Randy come out and he kept it simple. He said he don't care about no list. He simply has never won the US title, so now he wants to win it. Thank you, Randy Orton. Nice, straight, to the point, makes sense. I hope you beat Bobby Roode, and I hope you become the US title champion, whatever. You know, I don't actually care. But still, I appreciate this. Thank you very much. Nakamura and English followed this. I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's getting it down. Now, while it was a good match and I enjoyed it, despite the fact that Rusev interfered and Nakamura still won, I mean, Nakamura should win because he's the #1 contender for the world title at Mania, but still, you take my point. But more importantly, why is WWE treating English Rusev like they're heels? They're not heels anymore. Everybody loves them. Just start treating them like faces. And this was what it was, but it felt like we were just trying to get people on the show. And I hate it when we just try and get people on the show rather than give them a solid reason. It also feels like WWE still doesn't care about Rusev, and that blows my brain. And then it was main event time. Strap yourself in. And it was John Cena versus AJ Styles, and they did absolutely everything as you'd probably expect, including John Cena putting AJ Styles through a table with an AA. And I like this, because then Cena got back in the ring. It's basically giving us the idea of, hey, I'll win this by count out. I don't care. I've got to get to WrestleMania by any means necessary. And if he gets counted out, I win. Good stuff. Up. However, the commentator's constantly telling me that John Cena's definitely not going to have a WrestleMania match. If he doesn't win here, it grated on me a little bit, to be honest, because I can't buy into that. John Cena is going to be on WrestleMania because he's John Cena, and I get the story, and I think Cena's doing a good job, but WWE, you pushed this too far. Let's get it down. We went about 20 minutes here, and the match did keep getting better as long as it went on, and of course, I'm sure you figured it out, John Cena beat AJ Styles clean after an AA. And I understand we had to do that to progress things, but is it really a good idea to pin our WWE champion mere weeks away from WrestleMania? I don't think that it is, so you know what's coming. It's a down. And it ended with a big schmoz when Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens and Baron Corbin came out to lay waste to the faces, but then Ziggler came out to balance it all, and then the faces started having a fight, and all we really need to know is that when SmackDown went off air, John Cena was standing tall. He's in the Fastlane main event, which means it's now a 6-way, and that's going to be crazy. He'll ultimately lose. And now apparently he may be fighting Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. So who knows what's going on with that. However, SmackDown, good show, nice and short, nice big punch to your fun lung, whatever that is. Let's just wrap it up here, because clearly I'm saying just nonsense now, looking over here into the distance, all forlorn, all melancholy, and hopefully there was nothing on my face. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's SmackDown. Like, share and subscribe. Head over to whatculture.com and read some articles. Then go to Twitter and follow What Culture WWE. My name is Simon Miller. This was Ups and Downs. Thank you very much for joining me. Nice little bow. See you soon.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe below, and if you're looking for more content like this, then try a few things that are floating about around my ears. Might be fun. I can't promise it though, but it might be.